So today's topic is solar cell, how to plot the characteristics of a solar cell and practically how to use a solar cell after seeing a data sheet of a particular solar cell. So the main aspect of this lecture is how to verify the characteristics in the lab. So that's our idea. So solar cell. First, you must get the data sheet of the particular solar cell. So, in that, they will be telling some important details of the particular solar cell. For example, they may mention like this. This is from the QLQ6 LMX P3G3. So this is a data sheet of the solar cell. I am giving only the important features of that solar cell. So this is full square mono crystalline solar cell. This is the first point. Then the dimensions. If you see the dimensions, it is 156 mm cross 156 mm plus or minus 0.5 mm. So basically it is a square panel, but inside that the basic PV module, photovoltaic module or solar cell, individual solar cell module, it will be in the circular shape. So this is then diameter. So diameter is 220 mm. Average thickness, average thickness is of the silicon is 200 micrometer. So average thickness of the silicon is 200 micrometer plus or minus 30 micrometer variation. Front surface is negative. Front surface you will be having the negative terminal, and back surface you will be having the positive terminal. And the next parameter is at a standard test condition. Standard test condition, you will be getting 1000 watt per meter square. This is at 25 degrees Celsius. 1000 watt per meter square. So you can imagine that, right? 1 meter, this square. Temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. You can get 1000 watts maximum. Okay. Nominal power. Nominal power is greater than or equal to 4.43 watts of the this particular module. Okay. Then short circuit current, ISC. This is very important parameter. Short circuit current is approximately equal to 9.23 amps. So one important point, you are not supposed to short circuit the terminals, positive and negative. if you by accident, if you short circuit, what will happen is maximum current flows, and that current is very high, say 9.23, roughly 10 amps. It's very high current, okay, and definitely the module will get damaged. So when you do or conduct experiment, you are not supposed to touch the positive and negative terminals directly. If that happens, then what will happen? That particular PV module will fail, and it may be likely to burn also. So this is an important parameter. If at all, by when you go for actual design of the circuit, you have to keep in mind you must have a short circuit protection. That means if short circuit happens, the PV module has to be protected. It should be safeguarded. That's how you have to design. So those things is not covered in this topic, but this is an important parameter. Okay. Next is open circuit voltage, VOC. So you will be getting approximately 636 millivolt. 636 millivolt, which is roughly 0.636 volt, because we are using silicon as the semiconductor. Okay, so at the junction, you all know that a forward bias silicon diode will VBE based to, sorry, the voltage across the diode will be 0.6, and for germanium it's 0.3 roughly. Okay, so this is, then coming to efficiency. Efficiency is approximately equal to 18.5, 18.6%. That means if you bombard the solar cell with 100% light, then the output given is only 18.6, the conversion efficiency. So one important point that you have to keep in mind is the PN junction diode, at the junction only you will get maximum power, maximum voltage. If the focus of the light is deviates from the junction, then drastically the voltage output will be decreased. So this, therefore you must have some panel itself, when you design a panel, there will be a lens so that the light is focused on the PN junction diode. That's how they will do. Okay, this is one point. Next, coming to the general characteristic curve, then I will tell you how to connect all these things. So why I am insisting all these things? Because data sheet is very important while designing, even in the lab. First thing I want to tell you is the symbol for photovoltaic cell. So light rays is falling on that photovoltaic. So this is the symbol. Then this is voltage and this is current in ampere. So this is 9 amps. It comes and falls here. This is 0.6 volt and this is 0.7 volt. This happens at 1000 watt per meter square. Then at 8 amps it comes like this, and here 750 watts per meter square. And lastly, another example, this is zero point 0.5, so it comes like this. So this is 200 watt per meter square. So if you are using that particular part number means the device number, then this will be the response curve. Then this is about voltage and current, and for this session we are interested in, you will be getting a response like this only. Then if you want to plot one more curve, you can have spectral response. The spectral response will be like this. It starts from here, goes like this, and then it comes down like this. Okay. comes from this. This is 1200 nanometer, lambda in nanometer. And this is the peak response. I am taking it as 1, that is 100%. And this end is 300 nanometer. So we all know that roughly the visual spectrum starts from 330 nanometers to 720 nanometers. So roughly here 720. So VIBGR. So beyond the red, that means it comes, this may be red, beyond that you will be getting infrared. So in that region the response is coming down drastically. Here you have somewhat a linear response. I cannot say it is perfectly linear, but somewhat linear. So with this idea, now we are going for the actual, before going into the lab, you must have a data sheet of the particular component, study well, response curve and all, you just see how that you can get from the manufacturer's data sheet. The Google also you can search for the particular part number and then you can get the data sheet. Okay, having an outline of this, then you can combine particular solar cells in series or in parallel. So two kinds of arrangement is possible. So first arrangement, so first this is one solar cell, then this is one solar cell, like that. So actually around and light falls, okay, on this solar cell. Say from the response curve just now I have drawn. So definitely the voltage, when voltage increases, say up to 0.4, now you can see this, up to 0.4, okay, you will be having some 2 amps. Say I am considering 200 watt per meter square. That means it goes like this. So this is the point, maybe 0.55 volts, okay. But here and all you will be having a current around 2 amps. So if you illuminate the solar panel or photovoltaic cells and you connect in this fashion, you can say if I am operating like here, say 2 volts. That means assume that all are equally illuminated. So this will give you 2 volts, this will give you 2 volts and this will give you 2 volts. At this condition, you can get a maximum of 2 amps current. That's the meaning. But current depends on the load, whatever load you are connecting, based on that only. But you must not overshoot that 2 amps current, then the module will fail. That's the important point. For example, say all are able to supply a current of 2 amps, but if I connect a resistor, so all are in series, therefore you will be getting a voltage of 6 volts here. Suppose if I am putting 2 ohms, so what is the current drawn from the system? You understood? Here I definitely am getting 6 volts because of this panel. Now I am connecting 2 ohms. So 6 by 2 you will be getting 3 amps. Now if you look into the data sheet, it has the ability to supply only 2 amps. Okay. So it has crossed that level. So in that case you must choose a resistance. Say for example, if you want to operate very safely, then I will give you some other. So suppose if I put 3, okay, suppose I put 6 ohms. In that case 6 by 6 you will be getting only 1 amps. Now you are in safe region. So that's how you have to design when you connect the solar PV modules in series. But for lab purpose, what I suggest is don't go for ohms. If you are doing laboratory work and testing out the functionality, the basic response of a particular module, you don't go for, if you connect 3 cells in series and if you put 1 kilo ohm resistor, I would advise you to put 1 kilo ohm resistor. So 6 by 1k, which will give you only 6 milliamps. That means the current drawn from the system is 6 milliamps. So from this, what you have to understand is the current depends on the load. Okay, you must not overload the source. Source here is the solar panel. Okay, this is how you have to connect in series. So when you connect this in series, what you will get, for this case you will be getting 6 volt, and for 1k it is 6 milliamps. So what you do is, this voltage, this 2 volts, 2 volts, 2 volts depends upon the light source. So what you do is, you increase the intensity of light. There will be a light source here in the lab. Okay, says some light source is giving off light, or some light source that is falling on the module. Now what you do is, you adjust the distance, keep far away, so that the intensity of the light that falls on the panel decreases or increases. So when you increase the intensity, what will happen? The voltage also increases, thereby adjusting the intensity of light. If you fix this in one point, you can have an electronic mechanism, lamp dimmer circuit, so that you can adjust the intensity of light and take various distance. In that case, the distance is going to be constant, but you can adjust through a circuit by which, say, a lamp dimmer circuit or fan regulator circuit, a general circuit that will have a triad diode combination, a circuit, simple circuit, by which you can make a lamp dimmer circuit. So based on the intensity, the output of the panel will increase or decrease. Therefore, you are adjusting this, voltage is adjusted, and therefore the current. But one important point what you have to remember is, say roughly up to 0 to 4 volt, it gives a constant current. That means, even if you adjust, suppose all the panel is giving out say 1 volts, 1 volts, 1 volts. So in that case, what will happen? You will be getting 3 volts. For 3 volts, here the current will decrease. So based on intensity of light, you can adjust. Based on wavelength of the light, you can use different wavelength also. If you use LEDs, you can have red, green, blue, yellow, orange, like that combination. So based on the wavelength also, the response can be varied. This is another point. Now this is series connection. Now we are introducing parallel connection. In parallel connection, what will happen? In parallel connection, I'm sorry, suppose I am using three solar cells. So these all are solar cells. All the three are solar cells. Now it is operated parallelly. Okay. So in parallel connection, assume this is 2 volts, all are going to give 2 volts. So in parallel connection, voltage will be same. Here again you use 1 kilo ohm. So this will give you 2 volts. Now the current here is 2 milliamps. Sorry, 2 volts. So 1k you will be getting 2 milliamps. That means all the three is illuminated with the same intensity of light. In that case, this 2 milliamps is divided by 3. So here you will be having 2 by 3, here also 2 by 3, here also 2 by 3. Understood? So all the currents are combined to give this. This is parallel connection. So in parallel connection, voltage will be same. The individual current gets added up. So if you want to increase the current, you can go for parallel connection. Now the case 3 is I want to increase the current as well as the voltage. So in that case, what you have to do, you should go for series parallel combination. So the circuit will be one, two, three. So this will increase. Suppose all are solar cell only. So this is going to give 2 volts, 2 volts, 2 volts. So totally 6 volts. Now the same combination you have to use here also. 2, 2, 2. So parallel connection voltage will be same, but assume this is giving out 1 milliamps based on the load. This is also going to give 1 milliamp. So totally it gives 2 milliamps. So here it will get 2 milliamps. That means to increase the current, you should go for parallel connection. Okay. Now if if you want to increase the current, you can go for another parallel section of photovoltaic modules. So 2, 2, 2, this will also 2 volts, 2 volts, 2 volts, here also 2 volts, 2 volts, 2 volts. So if you connect a load, say 1K once again, 6 volts will be there because parallel connection voltage. So now here you have 6 milliamps. That means this will give you 2 milliamps, this will give you 2 milliamps, and this will give you 2 milliamps. Put together 6 milliamps. That means this 6 milliamps current is shared by 3 sections. That's the idea. Suppose if we don't have these two sections, what will happen now? This entire 6 milliamps load has to be handled by this section alone. So the 6 milliamps loading is with this section alone. So to share the current, we must go for parallel combination. So you have to keep in mind, to increase the voltage you go for series, and if you want to increase the current handling capability, then you go for parallel. So generally, now how to connect a voltmeter, ammeter and other. So now I told you the basics of solar panel. Now suppose I am using one panel, this is another one, say 3. All are solar cells or photovoltaic cells connected in series. Assume it is illuminated so that it is giving 2 volts. Okay, I told you how to connect. Then first you connect the load. So already I have suggested to use 1 kilo ohm load. So I want to find, so roughly we know 2 to 6 volts 1K. So I am expecting 6 milliamps current. Suppose this voltage goes for 5. Assume now it is illuminated such that it is giving 5 volts. 5 volts. Now you are getting 15. 15 by 1K is 15 milliamps. So it goes up to 15 milliamps. So how do you choose the ammeter? So you choose a milliamps, current flows like this, so positive, negative. Now you have 15 milliamps current, you go for 50 milliamps, 0 to 50 milliamps. You ask in the laboratory assistants to give you 0 to 50 milliamps and correct in this fashion. So the upper limit we are fixing to 15 milliamps. So now the meter will be very safe. Now the voltage is not going to vary because 555 it's going to be 15. So here also I am trying to connect in parallel a voltmeter. This is positive, negative. So you will be getting 15. Here you ask for 0 to 50 volts. All are moving coil DC meters. Okay. This is the arrangement for series connection. I told you how to adjust the intensity of light. Based on that, you take the readings of ammeter and voltmeter and plot the graph. This is for series, and for parallel what you do is, for parallel connection, what you do is, this is solar cell, this is next one, this is parallel connection. So all are equally illuminated, and you assume that uh, it can give 2 volts, and based on the intensity it can go up to say 5 volts or 6 volts. So 6 6 6 in parallel connection, everything is 6 only. So in the load you connect a voltmeter. See, the expected value is only 6, so you can connect even 0 to 10 volts. But to protect the meter, I go for 0 to 50 volts moving coil meter, that is DC meter. This is one case. In parallel connection, I told you voltage is same. So suppose it is going to operate with 666, then you will be getting 18 volts. 18 volts is the worst case, that is maximum limit. I am not designing for the minimum value, I am designing for the maximum value. 18 volts. So what is the current expected now? 18 by 1 is 18 milliamps only. That will be the upper limit. So all other values will be less than this only. So that's the idea. So here, to see the current, I disconnect this wire and introduce a milliamps meter, positive, negative. The range is 0 to 50 milliamps. Now all the measuring instruments are safe, carefully we have designed, and it is well protected. The design is like that. This is how you have to. And for taking measurements, I already told you, you keep a light source here. Okay, you keep a light source and adjust the intensity. I don't know how in your lab how they are providing and all, I don't know. But otherwise, if you don't have the intensity control module of the lamp, then you adjust the distance. Just you adjust the distance, then the intensity of the light will decrease. If you want to increase, you move the light closer. Because whenever you operate with 230 volts line, see that everything is safe. And I already told you, when a short circuit happens, then the current is maximum and the module is likely to fail. So these are the some of the points that you must take care of while doing lab as well as for designing a PV module, photovoltaic module or solar cell. So that's how it is being designed. And if you go for advanced, then even temperature variation, wavelength variations, all these things also you must understand, and then you have to try to design correctly, properly. Outside factors should not affect the system. So many things are there. When you take some other light source should not spoil your system. That means we call it as noise. Actually we are having a source, but some other source, because of some other source the response is getting changed, means those kind of errors has to be avoided. So you must be very cautious and careful while doing this experiment and plot it correctly. Hope you have understood this topic on photovoltaic cell, how to connect, how to connect the ammeters and voltmeters, how to design series combination, parallel combination, and series parallel combination, what are the uses, where the light has to be followed in a PN junction diode. Thanks for watching this video. Nandri.